I would say the hardest player in the NBA to guard is probably Shai, because he has so many counters.
He's a master of his craft.
Everybody that's interested in the NBA agrees on one thing. SGA is hard to guard. The only thing that people disagree on is why he's unguardable. Most fans believe it's because he's a foul baiter and the refs protect him. However, NBA players and even legends think about it differently.
It's right here. You take your time, pump fake, bump. MVP doing what he did last year, and again, I think he's the best player in the league.
From his pace to his counters and style of physicality, today we'll let NBA players explain why SGA is so hard to guard. And wait till you hear what Jaylen Brown says about Shai. But before that, let's start with an NBA legend who understands something Shai is very good at.
He's always been herky-jerky, quick, but not the most explosive, but a phenomenal athlete. Quick, change of pace, change of direction, shifty, skilled, incredible length. So I think people don't recognize how long this guy is, whether that's at the rim or in the mid-range.
Steve Nash understands pace as well as anyone who's ever played the game. And he sees how that herky-jerky movement is the trap. It gets defenders to make the wrong decisions when his entire plan is to get into his spots. Shaq noticed the same thing watching from the outside, and that's why defenders never look comfortable against him. They can't dictate the play he's going to make. He does that to defenders once again, proving he's truly a master of his craft. And once Shai owns the tempo, defenders do what they always do when they're late. They get physical, which is another reason why SGA is so hard to guard.
Nah, Shai is a tough coverage, man. Yeah. Shai is because he does have like just a weird, not a weird way of moving, but like it's like he does things where you don't think he's attacking you, but then when you guard him, he's like, oh, this motherfucker attacking me right now. And before you know it, it's like he's left hand scoop layup. Like
what Paul George describes there is what Steve Nash explains here.
He also is a master of physicality. Okay, so like his ability to use his body to create a little bit of separation is textbook. Okay, like that to me is a huge separator, and that he finds the body and he wins that battle. And it's not about strength, it's about timing, rhythm, angles.
The point is, Shai doesn't crash into defenders. He finds them. He dips his shoulder just enough to bump on the gather, not the drive. And that's how he creates separation after contact, not before it. We'll get into more details on this later in the video. But then, this move by Shai is why he can't avoid being called a foul baiter. And that's basically what Jaylen Brown said here.
Shai nice as fuck. I don't like the foul baiting shit, but Shai nice. Shai, you gotta give it to him.
You wanna be foul baiting?
It's a difference between drawing a foul and then flopping.
Shaq said the same, but in a different way.
Really good at drawing fouls. He's 11 to 12 from the free throw line, 5 to 8 from the field for 21 points.
But the scariest part is this. Even when you defend him perfectly for most of the possession, he only needs one small opening. Because once Shai bumps you off balance, the shot is already going up.
Yeah, he does a good job of getting the paint and then getting that bump. And that little bump that he gets creates separation enough for him to turn around and shoot or get a pump fake and then create the contact. So
this is one of Shai's golden moves because this is how he makes defenders feel helpless against him. They can't do too much when trying to stop him, but he knows when to bump you and get that much needed separation. It's why defenders walk away from possessions thinking they forced tough shots, stayed disciplined, and made him uncomfortable. Then, the quarter ends and the box score tells a completely different story.
You're watching all these games, no matter what happens, you might only remember him, maybe missing 4 shots in a row or something, and then at the end of the game you look up and he has 30.
There is no panic in his game, and there is no rush to make something happen. That calm keeps him in control of every possession, which is why his scoring never feels loud and always feels inevitable. Donovan Mitchell pointed out that this composure is what separates him from most young stars.
He's tough. He's a good player. You know, his court vision, his poise, his teammates respect him, and at a young age, that's something that's really, really impressive.
This vision and poise and trust from teammates is why one-on-one defenses against him always end up as a losing bet.
Why is he so hard?
Bro, as Pat, listen, OKC do this thing off the free throw line where we shoot the free throw, Shai's at the free throw line, and they put all the other guys in the corner. And it's a full court 1-on-1 guarding Shai. They do it every game, all game, and you still can't stop it.
That should not work at this level, but it does, because Shai understands angles and timing better than almost anyone in the league. He does not need to blow by defenders. He only needs them to guess wrong for a moment. Steph Curry sees how devastating that becomes when you surround it with proper spacing.
Especially when they have floor space the way they do and some of the offense they run. Like, everybody's kind of a threat out there, and he takes advantage of the driving angles, and when he's making tough contested twos.
And him being able to make those contested twos is why he's an MVP contender once again.
That's what the league is about, like, scorers of his caliber, winning games for a team by hitting tough shots.
Kevin Durant added that once Shai establishes himself early, the entire game shifts.
Imposes will in a game early. 25 points. He got him going to start the game. He had 14 in the first quarter, I think. And knocking down the three, getting to the rim, putting pressure on our defense.
From that point on, defenders start adjusting before they need to. Help arrives earlier than planned, rotations stretch wider, and mistakes start to compound. That is when Shai becomes even harder to deal with because, like Tyrese Halliburton, he has so many counters.
I would say the hardest player in the NBA to guard is probably Shai, because he has so many counters, and I think like sometimes if you stop him from doing something, he goes to the counter. If you stop him from doing that, he has just multiple counters at all times.
If you take away his first option, he calmly moves to the next one. If that gets cut off, there is already another answer waiting. In fact, it's so crazy what he does sometimes. Here's Trey Murphy with the story.
And he was backpedaling and going forward at the same time. And I'm just like, and then they showed it on film. I'm like, did y'all even just see what he did? You could have guarded that? Like,
that's crazy.
You see, NBA players do not call Shai Gilgeous-Alexander hard to guard because he's flashy or explosive. They say it because he controls the game in ways that take their tools away from them. He controls pace, he controls angles, he controls contact, and most importantly, he knows how to use all his gifts.
He's just always been super smart, super cerebral, a taller guard who knows how to use his body. He's someone with that type of skill set is going to be able to adapt to the NBA game quick, and he's done that.
Shai is not just hard to guard because of what he does. He is hard to guard because he has been able to use what he has while sharpening those skills to become better. So when players around the league tell you he's the hardest to cover in basketball, believe them, because they probably know what they're talking about. But do you agree with everything these players have said? Let us know what you think in the comments. And if you want to see what NBA players are saying about the Joker of the league, then watch NBA players explain why Nikola Jokic is so hard to guard next.